Do you know how many times I've messed up in my life? Do you know how many times I've promised my family that I'm changing my life, I'm turning it all around, and then let them down? Do you know how many times I've had to apologize and say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry? I remember when I was drinking alcohol, I had to call my nana and ask to borrow some money because I had no food in the fridge. And I said, I promise you this will be the last time. Now, thankfully it was, but that wasn't the first time I'd done that. I remember my mum picking me up on Christmas Eve, and I'd left her Christmas present in the flipping train station back in Oxford where I was living. And I remember just one of the worst hangovers I've ever had. And I remember her picking me up, and I sat in the car after she picked me up from the train station, and I was just sat there like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't talk. Imagine that, not seeing my mum for months because I've been at university, and then I'm sat in a car and I can't even look her in the eyes. And it's easy to forget all the stupid decisions that I made when I was drinking alcohol. And that might be similar to you as well. You might know that you've caused damage to the people that you love, to your wife, to your husband, to your children, to your parents, to your friends. Your choice to drink alcohol has probably upset a lot of people. And it hurts. And it's not nice. It's uncomfortable for me to even tell you this stuff. I hate talking about it. But it's easy to forget. It's easy to kind of just put those memories aside of us, which I actually think is probably the right thing to do. I don't believe in this idea of going to the past and making amendments and saying sorry to everybody. See, the best apology to make to people who you've hurt in the past is to actually change and stay on a path of sobriety. Is to stay on a path where you actually keep those promises that you've been breaking for years. You tell somebody you're going to do something and you stick with it. That's the best apology that you can make. See, what we don't know is how this period of our life can actually go and impact people positively later on. Let me explain it for you. So my mum hasn't drank alcohol for over 20 years. She stopped drinking alcohol when I was really young, and she probably felt the same way. When she was drinking, she probably felt upset, she probably felt embarrassed, she probably felt shame. She was probably doing the same thing that we've all done, right? Where we promise people we're not going to do it again and then breaking promises and blah, blah, blah. But what my mum did is she was the first person in kind of like my family to break the cycle. You know, pretty much everybody in my family has had a drinking problem at some point, but she was the first person to say, I'm done. She actually did it through AA. AA wasn't for me, but she took that path and it worked for her. But what she didn't see was that she was actually setting an example for me. See, I did drink alcohol when I got older, but then I always remembered that my mum didn't drink. I've never seen my mum drink. I have one memory of seeing her drink when I was like, 3 or 4 years of age. But she set an example to me that this is how you live your life and you don't drink. See, she didn't know that her pain could have potentially saved my life. She didn't know that setting an example of being sober could have so much influence on me. And if you actually think about it, if I never stopped drinking alcohol, then my pain wouldn't have become a message that's impacted almost 20 million lives on the internet, which is crazy to think of. See, we don't know how our pain can turn into something later on. My embarrassment and my shame has turned into a career where I've worked with people and actually helped them change as well. So wherever you are in your life right now, I wanted to let you know that it's okay. If you're not in a place where you're happy with your life, if you look in the mirror and you don't see what you want to see, if your relationships aren't where you want them to be, if your bank account isn't exactly where you want it to be, it's okay. Because I promise you one thing, right? Here is where I'm going to get serious with you. If you're able to change, if you're able to turn your life around, guess what happens? You start setting an example to everybody around you. If you start dropping weight, if you start improving your career, your business, if you start spending more quality time with friends, with family, do you not think people will start to notice? And here's the cool thing. When you start changing, you start giving permission to everybody around you to change as well. But the thing that you need to do is actually change. You've got to change your life around. But I think it was Steve Jobs that said it. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. You have got no idea, but you need to start improving. You need to get your life together. You need to get rid of the booze and start improving things. What you don't want to do is sit around feeling sorry for yourself, watching Netflix all day going, oh, not drinking's boring. Screw that mindset. That's a loser's mindset, and you're not a loser. Change your relationship with alcohol, shift your beliefs, start seeing it for what it is, and start improving your life. Get back to the gym, start working on your career, start working on your business, start taking the actions that you know that you should be taking, and start setting an example for everybody around you. Listen, I believe in you so much. If you click the video on the screen now, you can learn why everybody is stopping drinking. Have a great day.